I've been for walks, but it's very anonymous with a brick wall not a brick wall, a stone wall from the outside. You wouldn't know this was here, you know. It's slow to reveal its secret of being there, but it's such a magical place. Yeah. I came to see the B-Side Festival. It was just even more magical because it was alive with sound, and it really evoked something as you walk round. And it was very well done with all the speakers and lots of different parts of the undergrowth right the way around. And it really evoked all those feelings that you have from when you go as a young child, you know, adolescent to football. It really makes an impact on you. And then from there, it just came, all the memories start flooding back from it, you know.
Who were down here, we found a football and we were kicking it around it. Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I arrived with the prison service as a PE instructor in 1973 till 78, and as a prison officer, PE instructor, it was the best job in the place. I absolutely loved it. So this was a regular place to be for sport on the weekend.
It was originally Borstal Boys and Ipswich Boys. Used to come out through the gate there, in through here and down into the stadium for all of their gym. This was their recreational area. It used to have a football field with a running track around the outside, but I mean, initially it was all purely for all of the boys in there. Being brought out through the gate, down into there, pretty secure. And then here they had the main football field. So the matches were played, they used to play against local teams, and the staff used to play local teams. And I can guarantee that the local teams would much rather play the inmates than play the staff. I do remember one of our members of staff that, when we were down playing, that his wife was stood on her own. And they sort of, what are you going to say with Rose? Because they were all saying, who's that? Chopping down all up. Who's that player chopping down all up? Oh, really? Yeah, I played squash against him, I played badminton against him, I played football against him, and you always ended up on the ground because you had to win at all costs.
Yes, I've no idea of the history of how this came about. In fact, for quite a few years, I didn't even know this was here because, you know, why should you look over a gate and say, oh, goodness me, what's down there? You know, many times I've gone past the gate up the top of the stairs and not realised what was here.
Yeah.
And again, in the old days, it wasn't open very much. Yeah. Yes, I've often wondered why they just quarried out this sort of bowl, as it were, and didn't extend it any further over that way and left it the way it is. It's almost unique on Portland to have a big hole like this, which is enclosed on all sides. Yeah. You know, because they obviously have to get the stone out of here. They must have had, well, probably a slope like that and dragged it up with horse and cart or something. It's a lot of work.
Most of the stone from here came out, for the breakwater from Portland came out of here. That's what I was told. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Because it was a physical thing, you had to have good discipline. Yeah. And if you had good discipline, it gave you lots of time for comedy as well. Two of the soccer teams were playing each other, and it was a freezing cold day. So it's not unusual for a goalkeeper to come out towards the edge of the penalty area, 20-odd yards away, and, you know, wrap his hands, try and keep warm. But suddenly, as he was doing that, there was an attack from the opposing team coming towards him. So he backed towards the goal. The lad from the opposition sent a beautiful shot against the crossbar, hit the crossbar, came out, hit the goalkeeper on the back of the head, and bounced into the goal. See what I mean about unique situations? It wouldn't happen anywhere else. It had to be here.
How many times would you have to practice that to get that?
if there was ever any ever aggression on the pitch, it was usually between two lads on the same team.
Right.
It's always embarrassing. I used to put my hand in my hands, you know, from the touchline. Oh no. Yeah, I'm sure it's a much more difficult job than it used to be. Yeah. While I was here, I went off to fetch my family to have a look around the place before I was permanently established. You know,
Right.
they'd allow your family to visit. On the way back from Wiltshire, I saw a lad who had been in the Borstal, and I recognised him. And so I pulled up the car with my wife and 2 children in the car and chased him. And as I went across the field, I could see him on the other side of the hedge, and the sun was splintering through the hedge. And I said to him, "I know you's in there, my cocker." See, I tried to put on a good Devon accent. I don't know why. Anyway, he slithered along there, and eventually I caught him up. And the poor lad said, "Why did it have to be you, Mr. Watkins?" Being a fit PE instructor, you know. If it had been the fat governor, he would have got away with it. There's one of them, an escapee, who managed to get hold of a tractor, got it started, and was driving along the Portland Beach Road in the tractor with no lights on at night. Guess what? He was caught.
I was scared of trouble.
Yeah. Certainly there would have been, considering that I was interested in sport and I had a fair idea of people's capability, there was a lot of potential there for lads who if they pursued what they did inside the Borstal, they could have made a career out of, or whatever, however you want to call it.
Been in since I was 12.
Left mid, left footed, centre mid, crossing, passing, taking corners, running down the wing, switching play.
Defender, because I love taking people out.
My dad used to play for QPR. I heard the story about the stadium that they used to play here in the Stadium Bowl. I was about 16. I scored a rainbow flick and a volley to score. Probably the only goal I can remember. I went mental. My mum was there as well.
I heard yours. We was on the yard. Genuinely thought there was a football stadium somewhere.
It's emotional. It makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck.
Electric, raw, on and off chants, slogans, all engulfing.
What's a big word? Exhilarating.
John Motson. I grew up with his voice.
John Motson, classic. He is a David Attenborough of the football world.
In primary school, mum watching from the fence, and I scored. I could hear my mum's voice above everyone else's, and I felt pride. It engulfed my heart.